Everyone, welcome back to this video. Today we're modeling a unicorn this week. I did something yesterday, so this video is coming out a little later. So this week we are doing a unicorn. Let's just center this, and we're just gonna quickly set it up. As you can see at the top, I don't have my modeling, but it's very simple. All you gotta do is go up here and you have your polygon primitives. So this is our model. You can honestly see that. I don't know what that happened, but it's actually pretty fine. So let's start by bringing in the shapes we really need. I can see we need a sphere. As you can see, there is that model. We'll do that later. Hold on a second. So let me just test something here. If we set this to, okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So we need a sphere. We need a cone. We need a cylinder, and I think all we need now is a cube. Yeah, that should be it. So this is going to be, what we're going to use for the model. As always, what we're going to do, set it to transparent, make a bunch of copies of the model, and let's get to work. Let's start with the head. It's not that difficult. We need to just really take the sphere and set it. So we're going to move this sphere upwards. So as you can see, it doesn't fit the entire head. We're going to use maybe a cube for that snout. So we really just have that set up. The eyes are going to be something different. We're just going to take this sphere. As you can see, the eyes are a little taller, so we're just going to do this. And what we're going to do is turn this to the side. What we're going to try to attempt is move this as close as we can and not inside of the face. That should be good. And let's just make another one and set it right about here. It's not as big because of the perception. That's something we had in the other. Before we get onto the snout, let's do the top part of the unicorn, the horn. So what we're really going to need is set the, as you can see, there is hair on it. We're not going to do most of that hair now. We're probably going to do it in part 2 because there's not really anything I could think of off the top of my head right now that can work for this. So right now we can set the cone, and this will be the unicorn's horn. Rotate it onto its side, and we can set it right here. Looks a little big, but don't worry, this is okay. Let's start with the snout now. All we really have to do is, again, do what we've always done. Set this to Lambert, and it's going to work differently. What we're going to do is rotate it onto its side, and then shrink it. And then just make this bigger, bigger. Let's move this in and just scale it to what we want it to be. Almost done here. And we have the snout. We can take this cone again and use it for that ear. It's just gonna go like this. Just gonna go like this. And make it even smaller. Okay. And let's make this a little bit bigger and rotate it to fit that size. There we go. So that's that. This model, you can honestly see, is going a lot faster. It's because this model, again, just like last week, has a lot more defining shapes. Next is going to be the neck. All I really need is a cylinder for this part. So just rotate a cylinder like this and move it down. What we're going to do is just shrink it so like it doesn't go in too much into the head. Next is the body. It's really just going to be a sphere. Honestly, this shape seems extremely stylized in, model. we're just gonna shrink this down. What we're gonna do to, get the full size, stretch it out, and then raise it. So that's really what we have to do for the body. The wings are more or less just gonna be straight up cubes. So let's first bring the cube. What we're gonna do here is use the cube in the high poly, which is part 3, and pretty much make it the way we want it to. So let's get this cube right here. It's on Lambert, fortunately. Move it up. And we're going to rotate it because you can see his wings are on an angle. I'm going to do this and move it right about this way. Let's check what we have so far. The model doesn't look so bad. We could raise the eyes, but that's really going to be in the 3D realization part of the model. Let's go back into transparent mode. Let's take another cylinder and use it for the stubs, which are his legs. So what we're going to do is rotate that. Put that here. This model might be a little different than last week just because of that back part. He has, those back of his legs. So that's first leg. What we're going to do for now is kind of just align everything. So we're just going to align all 4 feet like so. As you can see, most of the model is already pretty much finished. Now it comes that part, the hair. I think what we can use here is a cube. A cube is not that difficult to use, and I think it will work better in this scenario. So let's rotate it and move it down. We're not going to make it so big. We're going to keep all the cubes the same size. So that's the tail back. Let's move one up here. What's going to be different on the one at the top is that we're going to try to move it as much as we really can without covering most of the comb. Because if you look at the photo, it's not covering the gum. And the final part, and all we're going to do is just move that there. So that's going to be the unicorn basic model for today. Tomorrow will be part 2. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did, like, subscribe, and comment. Also, stay tuned for part 2, and leave a comment down below what you want me to do next week. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.